Live on Spike, Bellator MMA presented by Miller Lite now moves to the welterweight division. 3 5-minute rounds brought to you by Gold Bond Powder Spray and by AutoZone. It's called The Zone. We'll get you there for the auto parts, accessories, and advice you need. Get in the zone, AutoZone. And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 6'2", weighing in 170.8 pounds, near perfect as a professional. 7 victories, just 1 defeat. From San Bernardino, California, introducing Curtis Millender. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 5'9", weighing in 170.9 pounds. As a professional, he brings 23 victories, 13 defeats. From Menifee, California, introducing Fernando, the Menifee Maniac Gonzalez. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, Big John McCarthy.
Two fighters who want to stand, but it's Millender who wants to stand and move. Gonzalez, Jimmy, who wants to stand and bang.
Here we go.
We'll see a contrast in striking styles starting right now. The bell in round number 1. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time.
One thing I really noticed at the weigh-in, Millender is so much bigger than Gonzalez. They don't look like the same weight class at all.
6'2" for Millender, he's in the blue gloves. 5'9" for Gonzalez, he's in the red gloves. Millender said, I don't want to get hit. I've got to keep my face clean. Gonzalez, great quote. Swimmers get wet, skiers get cold, and fighters get hit. Gonzalez said, I'm going to get hit. I'm going to take punishment. I'm willing to take punishment to get to the inside. Lands a double left hand. See the length, the distance already established by Curtis Millender, and he wants to stay on the outside, make no mistake. Just misses with the right hand. Before British superstar Amir Khan steps into the ring, get an in-depth look at his fight camp as he prepares to battle tough New Yorker Chris Algieri. Lights out road to Khan versus Algieri next Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Spike. Right on the inside.
One weakness to Millender's style, defensively, tends to keep his chin very, very high, stands very tall.
Jimmy, when you hear Curtis Millender say, I don't want to get hit, I don't like to take punches, does that trouble you as someone who was a pro fighter and now trains fighters?
Yes.
You think you're in the wrong sport?
You have to be willing to get hit. It's pretty much like Gonzalez said, you know, if you don't like the cold, man, I suggest you don't do outdoor swimming. You know, it's just one of those things.
Millender staying at range. 7-1, but coming off of his first pro MMA loss this past February in the Bellator cage, lost by first-round submission versus Brennan Ward. Millender said, I took my opponent lightly. I was believing my own hype. I was 7-0. He said, I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Well, there's a fine line, though. I mean, I also don't like a fighter saying, I like getting hit. I mean, nobody likes getting hit.
Watching Spirit Wolf actually told us that.
Yeah, but
I think he does, too.
There's a reason. He has the kind of fights he has, though.
I guess it's that you don't mind being hit, or you're willing to be hit. So Gonzalez to the inside, trying to solve the reach and the range of Curtis Millender.
When getting hit, or the fear of getting hit, takes you off your game, then it's a negative.
There's the separation from Millender. 2:15 remaining round number 1. Both fighters still feeling their way into this welterweight bout. Almost no angle on that stance from Millender. Chest square to Gonzalez. First kick to the knee. A lot of fans, a lot of fighters hate that, but under the unified rules, it is perfectly legal. It's very high for Gonzalez. Big swing and a miss from Millender. Talked about the contrast in styles coming in, Jimmy. We're seeing it play out in the center of the Bellator cage.
They're in opposite stances. Just switched it up now. Now going back. That means power shots. That means Gonzalez has to commit to that left hand over the top.
Goes to the inside. Millender smiles, shakes his head. Shake to the affirmative for Gonzalez, like, yes, I did catch you. Final minute, round number 1. Right now, it's the jab of Millender versus the overhand right coming in of Gonzalez. Swing and a miss to the body for Gonzalez.
Millender cannot allow Gonzalez to miss without making him pay. If he takes a wide shot and he misses, he has to come over the top with a counter, which he hasn't done yet.
Push kick again to the knee of Gonzalez by Curtis Millender. There's the jab. We're seeing these long-range strikes. The jab, the push kick to the knee. Distance strikes. Make no mistake, this is the game that Millender wants to play. Gonzalez with the body lock, looking for the late takedown, and he hits it. Into side control, here come the hammer fist from Fernando Gonzalez. There's the bell, the end of round number 1.
Cage side. I will say one thing about Tito Ortiz. A lot of people criticize him, I understand it. He is great to the fans here in Temecula.
Scorecard, Jimmy, round 1?
I went 10-9 Curtis Millender. He was just busier. Neither guy landed big shots. But I thought Millender was generally the aggressor, was fought at his range. But Gonzalez got that takedown at the end that might sway the judges.
Just focus for a moment as you're watching this fight on the feet of Millender and then the feet of Gonzalez. See how Millender trying to plant, trying to find that range. Look at the activity of Gonzalez. Trying to work his way through the jab underneath the range and to the inside. Again, that push kick to the knee.
Millender 7-1, but only 2 knockouts. He describes himself as a striker, but not a lot of finishing power. The exact opposite of Gonzalez.
Gonzalez switching stances once again, switching right back to southpaw.
One mistake I think Gonzalez is making is he leans forward with that overhand left. He's not setting up with the right hook over the top, with the right jab. Now switching stances, still going with the left hand. He's throwing one shot. It's just easy to see, especially from the outside.
Gonzalez just misses with that left. So Millender now circling out. Almost a push away from Millender. Hands very wide, extended. Push is legal, by the way. Not in boxing, but it is in MMA. You just don't ever see it. We almost saw it there with Millender. Bellator fans, now is your chance to win this unfinished business live and in person in St. Louis. Enter to win tickets by simply heading to facebook.com/Bellator MMA right now. Gonzalez, big wide left hand. Gonzalez dropped. Millender actually backed away. Really to the surprise of no one. Millender made his strategy very clear, and he's trying to implement his strategy at distance, at long range.
To work with the jab and angle. He throws it, he gets out of the way. Gonzalez has to come up with an answer for that movement.
So many pro MMA fighters, if they talk about boxing, that will invoke either Muhammad Ali or more likely Mike Tyson. Millender, when we spoke to him coming into this bout, it was all about Floyd Mayweather Jr. And you see why, don't you, Jimmy?
I see why.
Angles, defensive striking, being elusive. Here's Gonzalez to the inside. Pacquiao would have loved the body lock.
Pacquiao was trying to get out of the body lock.
To the open half guard of Gonzalez goes Curtis Millender.
Whenever you're watching a boxing match and you're commenting about the grappling, it's not going well.
125 remaining, round number 2. Gonzalez eats some big shots there. See a slight cut outside of Gonzalez's right brow. There's that push kick to the knee. Again, Gonzalez swinging wide to try to get to the inside.
Millender is always circling the same way, out to his left, away from the big power shot. That's why Gonzalez hasn't been able to catch him with it yet. He hasn't thrown enough shots with the right hand, the hook over the top, the kick, to kind of nudge him toward that power shot.
Millender shaked his head. Telling Gonzalez that kick did not get through. Outside kick from Millender. Gonzalez walking right through it.
Gonzalez gets him against the fence, but not doing enough with his footwork to cut him off and keep him there.
You can see Fernando Gonzalez, Jimmy, trying to turn up the temperature. Trying to bring the level of activity much, much higher. Millender just looked to see how much time is remaining in this round on the arena video screen. Gonzalez still looking to cut angles. We'll go to the third and final round. Curtis Millender versus Fernando Gonzalez in the welterweight division. John McCarthy starts this third and final round. Jimmy, how do you see it thus far?
2 rounds to none for Curtis Millender. Both of them 10-9.
And there's almost that push from Millender, just trying to find range.
Not a good idea to take both hands away from your face, but he believes in his distance, he believes in his range. Gonzalez just not having any luck cutting off the ring.
See Millender very heavy on his back foot, but also very quick, being able to turn and move his chin out of danger. One thing Gonzalez said is, I'm going to work the body, and we have not seen that implemented in this fight. Gonzalez, jump guard guillotine, couldn't find it. Instead, it's a takedown for Millender. Gonzalez still holding guillotine position.
He's hunting hard for it. It's arm in, and now he's trying to crank.
There's the tap, and he got it! A cut from behind win for Fernando Gonzalez. His winning streak continues in Bellator.
He gave the thumbs up, and then he tapped. I've seen that before. Man, what a comeback for Gonzalez.
Jam-packed here in Southern California, Pechanga Resort Casino. And Fernando Gonzalez, well, the wins just keep on coming. Carl Amasu, Caro Parisi, and Mario Zaromskis, and now Curtis Millender. Let's go to Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the guillotine brings on the tap. 1 minute, 14 seconds into round number 3. The winner by submission, the Menifee Maniac, Fernando Gonzalez.
I'm here with your winner, Fernando Gonzalez. The end of that fight. Talk me through it. I had you behind. Was it a desperation move? Tell me.
No, I felt that I won the first round. I knew if I won the third, whether it be a submission or just winning that round, I think I would have got the decision. But obviously I wanted to go for the win just to seal the deal. But man, I knew he was gonna come in ready, losing that last fight. He had to come in and make a name for himself, and he was gonna try to do it on me. So one thing I said before this fight, that's one of my trainers had told me before, skiers get cold, swimmers get wet, and fighters get hit. I knew I was gonna come in here, have to take the shots, and use my heart to pull it out.
Every time they put a name in front of you, in this building, in front of this crowd, you have come out on top. What's next for you?
I want that belt. This is my 4th win in a row. I think I'm the one that's closest to having a little bit longer streak than most other guys, but like I said, I don't add that pressure to myself. Whatever Bellator wants. Scott Coker's one of the awesomest persons I've ever known. he's given me a great opportunity every single time, and you know, I'm praying for that belt, but whatever comes, I'm ready.
No matter what, you're a warrior. We love watching you fight. Let's give it up for Fernando Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen.
Huge ovation for Fernando Gonzalez. Friday night, lights out, live on Spike. Fernando Gonzalez fighting through the frustration, fighting through the reach, fighting through the range of Curtis Millender to record that third round submission victory.